This morning, the driver in the Waukesha Christmas parade tragedy back in court. What he's now ordered to pay the victims and their families.
Also, firefight. The fire at Fort McCoy has burned thousands of acres so far, and it is not out. The battle that lays ahead for firefighters.
And we still have a fire danger today, especially north of the Dells with a red flag warning. All this will change, though, throughout the weekend. More coming up.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on a Friday. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Linshine. Thanks for waking up with us. We are talking about some changes in the forecast. But first, some red flag warnings with all of this heat.
Yeah, you know, we've had the warm, dry conditions and low humidity. It's just been kind of stuck in this weather pattern, and it looks like it will continue at least for one more day, but things will start to change, it looks like, going into tomorrow. So we do have the red flag warning. It does not include Madison. Simply the winds won't be at that criteria. You need that wind at 15 miles per hour, probably going to remain below that here in Madison. But as you get up toward the Dells, areas to the north, wind speeds up to 15 to 20 miles per hour. And all of this will be dry and sunny and warm again today. Right now, the winds are fairly light, but as that sun comes up, they'll continue to pick up. Yesterday, we did break a record. We got up to 82, broke the old record of 78, last set way back in 1938. We'll be close to a record again today as we are likely to get into the lower 80s. Right now we're starting out in the 50s, and the wind speeds this morning generally less than 10 miles per hour, but as we get into the noon hour, about 10 to 15 here in Madison. But as you can see up toward the Dells this afternoon, 15 to 20 mile per hour winds. That's why they have the red flag warning and that high fire danger in central parts of the state. Temperatures this morning in the 50s. We'll see some high thin clouds throughout the morning hours. I think by the noon hour already up to 75, headed up close to 80 again today. So feeling very much like summer. If you are headed out this evening, maybe going outdoors, maybe down to the terrace, still going to be pretty mild with temperatures in the 70s. Right now, our first warning traffic, things are looking good on the belt line as average speeds up there at 72 miles per hour.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thanks a lot. You can stay ahead of all these weather changes by having the First Warn Weather app. It is free. Just search WISC Weather wherever you get your apps.
Breaking news overnight. Most abortions after 6 weeks are now illegal in Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis signed the bill overnight Thursday. There are exemptions for rape and incest up to 15 weeks of pregnancy. The legislation will be placed on hold until the Florida Supreme Court rules on a 15-week abortion ban that was passed last year.
Meanwhile, the Supreme Court has until tonight to respond to a ruling on the abortion pill mifepristone before access is limited by a federal appeals court. The Justice Department says it'll ask the justices to weigh in on the decision to keep the pill available, except through the mail. While the drug can stay on the market, patients will have to make a doctor's appointment to get it. That decision overrules another one by a Texas judge who ruled last week that the FDA shouldn't have approved the drug in the first place back in 2000. Because of its safety risks.
Darrell Brooks has been ordered to pay more in restitution to the victims of the Waukesha Christmas parade attack. The judge also ordered an escrow account be set up to ensure any money he earns, including what he might make from media rights deals, goes to the victims. Brooks had already been ordered to pay more than $124,000 to those victims.
The man accused of firebombing an anti-abortion group's office is pleading not guilty. Investigators believe that Roy Chowdhury threw 2 Molotov cocktails into the Madison office of Wisconsin Family Action last May. He was arrested in Boston and is currently in federal custody. He also waived his right to appear in court for an arraignment once he's back in Wisconsin. A date has not been set for his initial court appearance.
In Monroe County, crews are still working to maintain a massive wildfire that started at the Fort McCoy base. The fire has burned through almost 3,000 acres at this point. The latest update has it about 50% contained. There's no known cause yet, but planned burns were taking place all week. No injuries, thankfully, have been reported. Meanwhile, a large area of Wisconsin remains under a red flag burn warning this morning. You heard Kelly talking about this. From the Dells to Eau Claire and La Crosse to the edge of Waushara County, the entire area is at an extreme fire risk due to the warm, dry, and windy conditions. These types of warnings are pretty rare in Wisconsin. The last time was 10 years ago in Milwaukee County.
Other parts of the state dealing with high water, especially in Columbia County, where emergency management there has issued a no-wake order for the Wisconsin River. This is in effect from the Highway 33 bridge to Lake Wisconsin. Construction is also happening on the Southern Railroad Bridge by Colsack Ferry. So there's a no-wake order there from that's in effect 500 feet from the construction site. Large wakes can, of course, erode the shoreline and damage property during high times of water. Also, a reminder, if you're going out for the first time this weekend, brush up on the law and make sure your registration and licenses are up to date.
Parts of South Florida are starting to dry out after what crews are calling a once-in-a-thousand-year flood. Unprecedented rains dumped upwards of 2 feet on the Fort Lauderdale area, closing the airport for a full day, along with one of the country's biggest school districts. Some of the video here is really unbelievable. At one point, areas hitting their annual rainfall in just 7 hours. The Red Cross is helping out families who are out of their homes. Fort Lauderdale's airport is expected to reopen today.
Taking a live look at John Nolan and the Beltline this morning, where this stretch of road is getting a bit of attention from the White House. The Biden administration just announced that John Nolan Drive will be getting $15 million to replace bridges. It's part of a larger $300 million infrastructure program. 6 bridges in total on John Nolan will be replaced. They're in fair condition, but about 50 years old.
Oregon police say they have arrested the mother of a 4-year-old after her child had to go to the hospital after eating a marijuana gummy. Officers were called to Stoughton Hospital yesterday after the child's mother said she had trouble getting the 4-year-old to respond at home. During a search warrant there, police found drug paraphernalia. The mother was arrested on tentative charges of child neglect. That child has since been released from the hospital.
To the budget battle at the Capitol now, and a disagreement over the Brewers. Speaker Robin Vos wants the governor to take out his proposal to give the team nearly $300 million. The money would secure the team would stay in Milwaukee for another 20 years. Speaker Vos says he's still open to working out a longer-term plan with the team, but one that he says is more fiscally responsible. Well, check this out. A UW-Madison student celebrating this morning after gathering enough signatures to bring ice cream machines to UW-Madison dining halls. The student, David Skadron, gained 800 signatures in a petition to the dining hall administration. And you know what? The administration rolled out those new machines in under a week. He said he thought working on this petition as a Wisconsinite seemed like the right thing to do.
I did it because I thought something needed to be done and that we live in the dairy state and people want ice cream. And I thought an ice cream machine would be really beneficial to the student body.
Rolled out right at the right time, too, didn't it? With the warm temperatures. I saw so many people walking around with ice cream.
Because it's so hot out.
I know.
The humidity.
That was perfect.
It's here.
So Skadron thanked the dining administration for responding so quickly and plans now to petition for lowering the fees on WISC cards for students.
Starting with ice cream, moving on to fees. Up next, world peace.
Making a difference.
I love it. 6:07, there's a big event happening right now in the 608 here in the capital city.
And Josh Breider is there. We are talking about the Midwest Horse Fair at the Alliant Energy Center that gets going today. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Look who's arrived. The Clydesdales are in the building. We are inside the Coliseum as we are getting ready to kick off the Midwest Horse Fair here in Madison. It's a 3-day event this weekend. I want to bring in Terry Giannetti this morning, and you are super excited to be back here in Madison, and we're really excited to have this behind us right now.
Great. Thank you for being here, Josh. And we are so proud to bring the largest 3-day horse fair here to Madison, Wisconsin. We've got a jam-packed weekend. We've got 30 clinicians. We've got 2 nights of the PRCA rodeo. We've got the USTPA team penning competition. We got the World Championship blacksmith competition. We've got over 500 exhibitors for shopping, and family-friendly events, pony rides, carriage rides, you name it. You need all 3 days.
Yeah, and there's really something for all ages is what I really like about this event.
There is, yeah. So we have, our kids corral, and then we have the pony rides and the carriage rides, and, the chance for them to see over 1,000 horses and get to touch them and learn about them. So it's a great event.
We also have a very special guest who's standing here right next to you.
Yeah, it's my privilege to introduce you to Marty Barnes, who runs our PRCA stock rodeo, and he has been doing it for 30 years here in Madison, Wisconsin, does it all over the country. We're very blessed to have him on our team.
Hey, Marty, what is it like being back here in Madison again?
Good morning, Josh. We like it. We come every year. To me, it's like a family reunion once a year, and you don't have to talk to them except once a year. But we've been here, I think, for 30 years now, and it is. I've seen the community grow, I've seen the facility grow, and I've seen spectators, the base grow here, and it's really neat to be here.
Yeah, what is it like to be able to see all of these folks come from across the country all together at one time?
Yes, like she said, the vendors that are here and the exhibitors that are here, here from all over the country. Our rodeo, there's about 185 contestants in 2 days. We'll go through 7 different states, as far away as South Texas. But yeah, they'll compete every night, and it's just a lot of fun. It's tiring because there's so much to see.
Yeah, inside the Coliseum, this is where the rodeo will happen, and a couple of chances to check it out this weekend.
Yes, it is, sir. We start at 7:30. It'll be about 2 hours and 30 minutes, something like that, because Miss Terry has so much packed into it.
You know, yeah, and tickets are still available if people want to come out this weekend. Plenty of time, Terry.
It is. So tickets are available on Ticketmaster.com. They can get information about our schedule on MidwestHorseFair.com. And, you know, come early because parking is always a challenge. So the earlier you can get here, the better. Trying to avoid the crowds. Maybe show up on Sundays, a little less crowded on Sunday.
Very good. Terry, Marty, thank you so much. Good luck this weekend. I'll have all of this up on channel3000.com as well. So if you'd like to learn more information, you can go right out there. I'm loving my new friends out there. Broken Spoke Clydesdales of Winfield, Kansas, guys. So there you go. Folks from all over the country right here in the capital city. A perfect way for us to be able to showcase the city we already know and love every single day, right? We are back after this. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Dr. Cahill here with Associated Physicians to share that you and your kiddos are welcome and loved in our pediatrics department.
Call to schedule an appointment today at 608-233-9746.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
McGann Furniture and Flooring has a question for you. Do you have a hard time sleeping comfortably through the night? Is your mattress 10 years old or even older? Chances are you're due for a new one. Mattress technology has changed a lot in the last 10 years. Our experienced staff will help you find the right style, construction, and firmness that will give you years of sleeping comfort. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. With delivery and disposal of your old set, we make it easy to have the bed of your dreams at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
The garage door is America's new front door, so why not look at it in a whole new way? Let Precision's experienced designers come to you. Let us show you the difference a new Precision garage door can make.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. Yee! Classic beef and cheddar hard. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Share your love of the game with a surprise move. Kinder Joy. A yummy treat. And an all-star lineup of NBA mascot toys for your favorite fan. Kinder Joy.
This ring symbolizes the eternity of our relationship.
We met in 7th grade typing class. 16 years later, I said, will you be my girl?
Jesse, I've always been your girl.
Every occasion deserves love. Jared, love brilliantly.
When an appliance you rely on goes kaput, you can count on family-owned Brothers Maine, Southern Wisconsin's local appliance authority since 1938. With thousands of in-stock options, we have the brands you want at the lowest prices guaranteed. Even big box can't beat our prices. Our experienced team of appliance experts will help you make the right selection, and we deliver it fast and free to your home. What you need when you need it. Shop appliances you can bring home today at our Madison and Janesville showrooms. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Pick and Save, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Hey there, is it time to schedule your mammogram? Let's get on that right now. Pick up the phone and call Associated Physicians at 608-233-9746 and let our radiology team and state-of-the-art 3D mammogram check things out. Visit us at apmadison.com.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Okay, folks, time is running out to enter our Time for Kids Earth Day contest. It's with our partners at SSM Health. We want schools or classrooms to go to channel3000.com/timeforkids and tell us all about your school's Earth Day efforts. You have until Monday, April 17th. That's this coming Monday. When it's all over, we're going to pick out a winner and then come out to your school and plant a tree.
Love it. Chris Stanford himself getting his hands dirty.
I'll be there.
6:14, over to Kelly Slifka now with your first warn weather. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning. We are looking at some record warm temperatures that we had yesterday, not only in Madison, we got up to 82, but it was even warmer in La Crosse, got up to 85, 83 in Wausau, Milwaukee, Chicago, and Green Bay. Hit 82 as well. So most of the states saw some record temperatures, and also we've got the really dry vegetation out there, the low humidity, the warm temperatures, red flag warnings due to the high fire danger, especially to the north. It does not include Madison because we will not see that wind speeds that we saw yesterday or the day before. I think wind speeds generally less than 15 miles per hour here in Madison, but they could be 15 to 25 sustained with gusts up to 25. That's why they have the red flag warning where that fire danger a little bit higher to the north. Winds this morning fairly light, but as we go into the noon hour, about 10 to 15 mile per hour winds here in Madison. As you get up toward the Dells, 15 to 20 areas to the northwest. That's why they do have that higher fire danger. These winds will gradually come down as we get toward the dinner hour and after that. Looking at unseasonably warm temperatures today, and it looks like it's going to extend right into our first half of our weekend. Temperatures near 80, but of course we have the very dry conditions, vegetation dry, humidity low, warm temperatures, high fire danger, especially north of the Dells. Thunderstorms will bring an end to all of this as we go into a Saturday night, and that'll bring us some cooler weather and also some much needed rain. Temperatures going to really fall off a cliff from 80 on Saturday, only getting up into the lower 50s on Sunday. Then we're down in the 40s. We're well below average. Then it looks like more seasonable temperatures as we go in the middle part of next week. Right now 57 in Madison, the Dells at 53, Lone Rock currently 49, 46 in Janesville across Dane County. It varies quite a bit, 49 in Waunakee, 50 in Sun Prairie and Cottage Grove. Actually Madison, one of the warmer spots right now at 57. So we'll look at some high thin clouds from time to time as temperatures rise to the 50s, 60s, should be in the mid 70s already at the noon hour. And as we go in the afternoon, temperatures getting close to 80 this afternoon, even a little bit warmer off to the west where those wind speeds will be a little bit higher. So Saturday, most of Saturday afternoon will be dry, but as we go into Saturday evening, as a storm system moves in from the west, that's when we're looking at showers and thunderstorms that'll be with us on and off Saturday night into Sunday. Starting to get some colder air wrapping in, so some of this rain will be actually mixing with and changing over to some snow. Not done with that yet. Boy, April is just bringing everything with it. Temperatures near 80 today and tomorrow. The weekend, Sunday looks to be kind of a wet, cold day, 53 with that rain changing over to some snow. Only in the 40s Monday. Does rebound, it looks like, by the middle of next week.
Thanks, Kelly. 6:16, we are working for the weekend, folks, in the 608. There's a lot going on this weekend.
Oh, yeah, there is. Josh Ryder has everything you need to know. He's live at the Midwest Horse Fair. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, we got a lot of action for you in the 608 this morning. The horses are up. They are warming them up here with a little bit of an open course, almost like an open gym, if you will, in here this morning. It's fun to see them getting them all warmed up for the 3-day event. This is going to be huge for Madison. It's been here for a few decades, and this is a big, big draw of crowds from all over the country. Here's the information that you need to know. Again, the Midwest Horse Fair is the top 3-day horse fair in the country. It's been growing and going strong since 1979, and it's happening all weekend long today through Sunday. Organizers say folks can expect 3 action-packed days of clinics, entertainment, shopping, and horses, and even more horses, of course. And here's yet another sign of the season. We told you this news earlier this week. The Dane County Farmers Market is returning to the Capitol Square on Saturday. The weekly market is billed as the country's largest producers-only farmers market, bringing in more than 200 vendors. The market will run each Saturday through November 11th from 6:45 in the morning to 1:45 in the afternoon. This will be the market's 51st year.
Look at that.
You might remember this moment from a previous story in the 608. We're talking about the International Crane Foundation this morning. You can join more than 1,800 volunteers on Saturday for the annual Midwest Crane Count. Each year, people travel to their local wetlands and favorite birding locations to survey the sandhill and whooping cranes and report the data collected. The survey takes place in more than 150 counties in 7 states, including all of Wisconsin. If you're interested to be part of the event tomorrow, now is the time. Just visit cranecount.org. Back out here live at the Midwest Horse Fair, which gets underway here in just a couple of hours now. A lot of action here at the Alliant Energy Center this weekend. Thousands of horses are going to be here in town. You can find more information up on channel3000.com, including some of those other In the 608 weekend ideas. Right now, guys, looking forward to a jam-packed weekend here in Madison.
I think that crane call woke everybody up who wasn't fully awake yet.
I still remember that morning. I'll never forget that moment, guys.
I love that he re-airs it. We all just are like, what is going on? Its head is like way up in the air. Just
They're beautiful
screaming.
and majestic
Throws that
creatures.
head back.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Oh, that'll wake you up. All right, Josh Breider, talk to you in a bit.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email.
Since their season ended in Las Vegas, Greg Gard has wasted no time hitting the transfer portal to add pieces to his roster for the upcoming season. His latest, AJ Storr. The 6'6" guard started 17 games last year for St. John's, averaging nearly 9 points per game while shooting 40% from three-point range. Storr was named to the Big East All-Freshman team and said he chose Wisconsin for 2 reasons. Gard made him a priority, and he wants to win. What a season it's been for Wisconsin women's tennis. The Badgers have 15 wins to their name, 4th time that's happened since 2000, and obviously that's helped them earn a top 25 ranking. And as Jordan Reed found out, the team's recipe for success is pretty simple.
It's been a regular season to remember for Wisconsin women's tennis. With a 15-4 record to their name, the Badgers are ranked 21st in the country.
You always hope that when you put in the work, it pays off, and I think this year for them it really has.
And it's pretty easy to see where this team's success is coming from. First off, chemistry.
We just spend a lot of time with each other off the court, and so I think that makes it even more special to competing alongside one another and putting everything out there on the line for people that you care about and that you know care about you as well.
Here you play for your team, and it's so different, and it's been difficult for me at first, but I realized that like we all play for each other, we support each other, and so we have like the same goal.
One that lands this group in the NCAAs.
Last season, the first team out of NCAAs, and so that was kind of heartbreaking. And so this year, the focus was we were so close last year, we want to make NCAAs.
You learn the most from maybe like some tough lessons, and I think last year's team, with them returning this year, I think they really put in the work to prepare for those moments this year, and I think it's benefited them, and they've had success.
As they continue to serve up a season that will go down in program history. In Madison, Jordan Reed, News 3 Sports.
Quarterfinals of the Women's World Championship. Sarah Nurse in Canada taking on Sweden, and this one was all former Badgers for the Canadians. First period, Blair Turnbull dangles and then goes backhand for the goal to give Canada a 1-0 lead. This one would go to overtime, and Nurse calls game. She rips one into the back of the net for the game winner. That's her second goal of the game. Canada moves on to the semifinals with a 3-2 win. Back to you.
All right. If the weather wasn't a great reason to get you outside, we'll give you another one.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach. Weeknights.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family, too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Spring savings are in full swing and everything is on sale at Ashley. Sofas start at $6 a month. Dining sets at $8 a month. Bedroom sets at $13 per month. Plus special financing options for any budget and free delivery in 3 days or less. Only at Ashley.
Hello, I'm Tommy Van Ness from the Tommy Van Ness Realty Group. For over a decade, thousands of people have turned to Tommy Van Ness Realty to buy or sell their home. Because we are more than your realtor, we're your partner.
If you list with us and take advantage of our extensive marketing, everyone will know your home is for sale.
The Tommy Van Ness Realty team is working hard for you. Call Tommy Van Ness today at 608-395-7375. Why settle for less? Call Tommy Van Ness.
Wow, would you look at that?
It's beautiful.
You even remember the napkins.
Wow. That's our boy.
So proud.
There's a deal for every sunrise at McDonald's. Try one of our tasty bagel sandwiches like the steak, egg, and cheese bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese bagel, or bacon, egg, and cheese bagel.
Good news. This just in. Your Ford dealers have fresh shipments of their award-winning SUV lineup in stock and ready for you to drive home today. Get your hands on a new Ford, the #1 brand in SUV owner loyalty, including Bronco Sport with standard GOAT modes, and Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And now, here's more good news. Choose FlexBuy on Escape and get 0% APR financing for 66 months only at your local Ford dealer.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Spring savings are in full swing and everything is on sale at Ashley. Find the best deals of the season on all of the top mattress brands, including Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and more. Plus special financing options for any budget. Only at Ashley.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
All right, here's a reason to be encouraged to get outside this weekend, or even today, because it is National Gardening Day. So maybe celebrate by getting out there and buying some seeds, some flowers, fruits, plants, veggies, you know, and get digging. If you don't have,
you're excited about
it.
He's jazzed.
And if you don't have a garden, maybe make one. Or if you don't have the space, you got community gardens in your area, gardening clubs. I mean, heck, even put some dirt in a little Dixie cup and put a seed in it. Set it on your windowsill, right? Gardening provides physical activity, and it can be a pleasant time in nature that you can enjoy for decades.
Couldn't agree more.
So get out there and get dirty.
Let's go.
Warm weather today if you're going outside.
Yeah, it looks like we could be tapping out close to 80. We'll talk more about some changes coming our way for the weekend.
We're back after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Why are there 2 extra seats? I know, Uncle Dan and his giant beard.
The Volkswagen Atlas with best-in-class third-row legroom. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 4.9% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2023 Atlas or Atlas Cross Sport.
The Buy Like a Builder event is going on now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. For a limited time, get home builder pricing on the largest selection of name brand appliances in all of Wisconsin. Plus free delivery in 3 days or less. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
Are we still on for 3?
I'm on phone. When your team needs more space to work and eat.
Carl, is that mackerel?
No, it's a trout.
It matters where you stay.
Fish tacos?
Carl.
Hilton for the stay.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza. A lot more.
That's our extra-large New York-style take-and-bake pizza. And it's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. And only $9.99.
Do I have to share it?
It's recommended, but not required. Papa Murphy's. We make great pizza, so you can make the pizza great.
Such a great deal.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Risky's World, the perfect reminder that life's more fun in the deep end.
Yeah, so never stop exploring. Always keep it real.
And do whatever floats your boat, just like we do.
Feed their fantasy.
Friskies.
You know, some old cowboys said if you climb in the saddles, you best be ready for the ride. I think that old cowboy was talking about the Midwest Horse Fair coming to Madison, Wisconsin, April 14th through the 16th. You best saddle up for a little family time with hundreds of horses, English, Western, and a big old rodeo. Hundreds of shopping vendors, and fill your belly with some of the tastiest food in the Midwest. Get your tickets before they're gone. Visit MidwestHorseFair.com.
Stay powered up with Generac inverters, portable generators, and whole house generators at Menards. Don't miss the free 10-year warranty on qualified whole house generators now. Plus, save an additional 11%. Save an additional $676.17 on this home standby generator. Get hot water when you need it with Richmond water heaters. With energy-efficient models and tankless options to choose from, you'll find the perfect solution for your needs. Richmond water heaters are all 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
Spring savings are in full swing and everything is on sale at Ashley. Sofas start at $6 a month. Dining sets at $8 a month. Bedroom sets at $13 per month. Plus special financing options for any budget and free delivery in 3 days or less. Only at Ashley.
Why are there 2 extra seats? I know, Uncle Dane and his giant beard.
The Volkswagen Atlas with best-in-class third-row legroom. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 4.9% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2023 Atlas or Atlas Cross Sport.
This morning, the driver in the Waukesha Christmas parade tragedy back in court. What he's now ordered to pay to victims and their families.
Also, firefights. The fire at Fort McCoy has burned thousands of acres, and it is not yet out. The battle that lays ahead for firefighters.
And another record high, got up to 82 yesterday, broke the old record of 78. We're still talking about warm weather for now, but there are some changes for the weekend coming up.
Smashed that record. Just like
4 degrees.
Just obliterated it.
I don't know
4 degrees. Come on, man.
You know, you think about it as you go through time, records are harder and harder to break because you just had more data.
You must have finished your coffee, huh?
I'm raring to go. It's Friday.
That's true.
We have reason to be in a good mood because it's gorgeous weather out there. Yet again, the warmer weather is going to last a little bit longer. We're going to have some more clear skies to get out there and enjoy a beautiful Friday afternoon and evening.
Yeah, you know, everybody's going to be out there enjoying it again today like they were yesterday because we're probably going to get up close to 80 today. Probably not the record. The record today is actually 84. We'll see. We'll get close, but another summery day. Unfortunately, it's coming at a cost because of the dry conditions, the low humidity, the sunshine, warm temperatures. Red flag warnings up to the north of the Dells does not include Madison simply because we won't have the winds that we need. You need winds over 15 miles per hour. They will be a little bit stronger areas north of the Dells. Right now, winds are light, about 7-mile-per-hour wind coming in out of the south. That's what's going to warm us up. 57 in Madison, 53 in the Dells, some 40s in Lone Rock and Camp Douglas, Janesville at 46 as well this morning. So the winds will be picking up about 10 to 15 in Madison, but as you get toward the Dells, 15 to 20-mile-per-hour sustained winds. That's why they have the red flag warning, that high fire danger areas to the north this afternoon. We'll get partly sunny skies, some high thin clouds from time to time as we get up close to 80 this afternoon. So another very summery day, and if you are headed out this evening, it looks great as well. Temperatures gradually cooling down into the 60s as we get closer toward the midnight hour. 57 right now, temperatures in the 50s, quickly warming through the 60s. By the noon hour, already up to 75. We'll talk more about the rain chances and, yes, even some snow in that 10-day forecast.
Isn't that wild? Snow chances? I mean, it's 80-some degrees out there. I mean, we're getting flooding, we're getting the high winds, the fire danger, the snow, the record-breaking warm temperatures.
A lot going on.
The severe weather already this month. Thank you. You can stay ahead of all of that. Just download the First Warn Weather app by searching WISC Weather in your app store.
To some national breaking news overnight. Most abortions after 6 weeks are now illegal in Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis signed the bill overnight Thursday. There are exemptions for rape and incest up to 15 weeks of pregnancy. The legislation will be placed on hold until the state Supreme Court can rule on a 15-week abortion ban that was passed last year.
Meanwhile, the Supreme Court has until tonight to respond to a ruling on the abortion pill mifepristone before access is limited by a federal appeals court. The Justice Department says it'll ask the justices to weigh in on the decision to keep the pill available except through the mail. While the drug could stay on the market, patients will have to make a doctor's appointment to get it. That decision overrules another one by a Texas judge who ruled just last week that the FDA shouldn't have approved the drug in the first place back in 2000 because of its safety risks.
Continuing coverage, Darrell Brooks now ordered to pay more in restitution to the victims of the Waukesha Christmas parade attack. He was back in court yesterday. The judge also ordered an escrow account be set up to ensure any money he earns, including what he might make from media rights deals, goes to the victims. Brooks had already been ordered to pay more than $124,000 to those victims.
Now to an update. The man accused of firebombing an anti-abortion group's office is pleading not guilty. Investigators believe Rdindu Roy Chowdhury threw 2 Molotov cocktails into the Madison office of Wisconsin Family Action last May. He was arrested in Boston and is currently in federal custody. He also waived his right to appear in court for an arraignment once he's returned to Wisconsin. A date has not been set, though, for his initial court appearance.
In Monroe County, crews are still working to maintain a massive wildfire that started on the Fort McCoy base. The fire has burned almost 3,000 acres so far. The latest update has it about 50% contained. There's no known cause yet, but planned burns were taking place there all week. No injuries have been reported. Meanwhile, a large area of Wisconsin remains under a red flag burn warning. Kelly's been talking about this all morning. From the Dells to Eau Claire and then La Crosse to the edge of Waushara County, the entire area is at an extreme fire risk due to the warm, dry, and windy conditions we've seen. These type of warnings are pretty rare in Wisconsin. The last time we had one was a decade ago in Milwaukee County.
The Columbia County Emergency Management Office has issued a no-wake order for the Wisconsin River. It's from the Highway 33 bridge to Lake Wisconsin because of the high water. Construction also starting on the Southern Railroad Bridge by Colsack Ferry. There's a no-wake order there, too, 500 feet from the construction site. Large wakes can, of course, erode the shoreline and damage property. Also, a reminder, if you're going out on the water for the first time this weekend, brush up on the laws and make sure your registration and licenses are up to date.
A live look now at Florida, where communities are drying out after a once-in-a-thousand-year flood there. Unprecedented rains dumped about 2 feet on the Fort Lauderdale area, closing the airport for a full day, along with one of the country's biggest school districts. The governor issuing a state of emergency over it. The Red Cross is helping out families who are out of their homes, and Fort Lauderdale's airport is expected to reopen today.
I was listening to some CBS reporters on the ground there in Florida. They said that even after the water recedes, they're going to have to inspect everything and clear out all the debris before the airport can open back up. I mean, they got a lot of work ahead of them.
They're hoping by 10 a.m.
Yeah.
By the looks of this, though, this is all video right out of the airport. 2 feet of water here.
Yeah, they've got a lot of work ahead of them. All right, back to Madison here, and a look at the intersection of John Nolan Drive and the Beltline, where the Lakeside Drive is getting a lot of extra attention from the White House. The Biden administration just announced that John Nolan Drive is going to get $15 million to replace bridges as part of a larger $300 million infrastructure program. 6 bridges on John Nolan are going to be replaced. The bridges are in fair condition, but they're between 48 and 55 years old.
A mother in Oregon is facing charges after police say her child had to go to the hospital for eating a marijuana gummy. Officers were called to Stoughton Hospital yesterday after the child's mom said they had trouble getting the 4-year-old to respond. During a search warrant at the house, police allegedly found drug paraphernalia. The mother is now facing charges of child neglect. The child has since been released from the hospital.
To the budget battle at the Capitol now, and a disagreement over the Brewers. Speaker Robin Vos wants the governor to take out his proposal to give the team nearly $300 million. That money would secure the team would stay in Milwaukee for 20 additional years. Speaker Vos says he's still open to working out a long-term deal with the team, but one that he says is more fiscally responsible.
It is 6:37. Thousands will be descending on Madison this weekend at the Alliant Energy Center for the annual Midwest Horse Fair.
Josh Sprider's been hanging out there all morning and is here to show us what's going on. Hey there, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, it's a busy morning here inside the Coliseum. You can see they're having a little bit of open practice right now as this opened up around 6 o'clock this morning. So folks are getting their horses all warmed up for a big weekend. Of course, competitions. There's the rodeo, which will actually be happening right here inside the Coliseum. A couple of chances to check that out both today and tomorrow. Now, this is going to be a weekend-long event, again, starting this morning all the way through Sunday. So it's going to be a jam-packed weekend. A lot of shows, but there's also a lot of vendors out here as well who are going to be showcasing what they have. And these folks are from all across the country. There are going to be thousands of folks, thousands of horses right here in the capital city showcasing themselves for the Midwest Horse Fair, which has been happening since 1979. And Madison is home to this. This is super proud for us to be able to showcase this. The Wisconsin Horse Council is actually the ones that put this on year after year. So exciting to have this action right here in town. If you'd like to learn more, you can go up to the story on channel3000.com. And coming up here in just about 10 minutes, I'm going to have more events happening here in the 608. This is going to be a huge weekend for families. We're talking about the farmers market. We've got opening weekend for Forward Madison FC. So, I mean, everyone's kind of coming out of hibernation. It is that time to shine again, guys, and we're going to have you covered here in about 10 minutes.
Sounds good, Josh. Talk to you then. And this is a cool story. A UW-Madison student is celebrating after gathering enough signatures to bring ice cream machines to UW-Madison dining halls. So David Skadron got 800 signatures for this whole thing. And then he brought the petition to the dining hall administration. And you know what? In under a week, they rolled out the machines. He said he thought working on this petition as a Wisconsinite seemed like the right thing to do.
I did it because I thought something needed to be done and that we live in the dairy state and people want ice cream, and I thought an ice cream machine would be really beneficial to the student body.
It's like when, you know, an elementary school student runs for like class president. It's like, we're gonna have pizza every day for lunch.
That's what the people care about.
More recesses.
Ice cream.
I'm gonna get you ice cream machines.
Well, sign me up. I'm okay with that.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Skadron thanked the dining administration for doing everything so quickly, and now he plans to petition for lower fees on student access cards, known as WISC cards.
I could probably do the same thing in this newsroom, and people would be like, yeah, I'll sign that.
More snacks.
I'll vote you in as president.
No more early hours.
Yeah. Sleep in. Ice cream machines.
Yeah. But then we're not giving them the news at 4:30.
We'll talk about that later.
All right. Hey, the Postal Service is about to raise the cost of postage. What you'll soon have to pay for a stamp.
We'll be right back.
Get an extra 20% off during our Spring Spruce Up event. Right now at Slumberland Furniture, get this Ashley sofa for just $3.99 in your choice of 2 colors. Incredible! Did you know Slumberland has the lowest prices on Ashley product?
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 30-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
Spring for new floors now and save. Spring brings sunshine and muddy paws. You'll find our durable, easy care floors look beautiful too. On sale now at H&R Carpets and Flooring in Wanakee.
It's big. Madison Lighting Spring Sale with 15% off everyday low prices. Every light fixture, ceiling fan, mirror, and decor. Time for a refresh at your house? Save now. Madison Lighting, Watts Road, Madison.
Very loud. It sounds like a bull running through a china shop. I don't know what else to say.
People don't realize how nice a door can run until they get it serviced. It's whisper quiet. Your neighbors will thank you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Clean, safe, fun. I wanted it all when we needed daytime care for Mom. Oh, Grace's new adult day center is so nice. Now she goes twice a week while I'm at work and loves it.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Good news! This just in. Your Ford dealers have fresh shipments of their award-winning SUV lineup in stock and ready for you to drive home today. Get your hands on a new Ford, the #1 brand in SUV owner loyalty, including Bronco Sport with standard GOAT modes, and Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And now, here's more good news. Choose FlexBuy on Explorer or Edge and get 0.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $500 FlexBuy cash.
Save big this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve 8-ounce ribeyes, just $7.99. Gallon pails of Hy-Vee We All Scream ice cream, just $3.99. And 8-piece chicken tenders, only $10. Only at Hy-Vee.
Sleeping in pain or too hot? Come to Slumberland and get 20% off mattresses. Find your perfect mattress with our easy rating system and save big. Get a Sealy Queen mattress for just $4.99. Only at Slumberland.
News 3 Now is taking action to find and deliver the news stories that matter where you live.
Taking action to uncover the truth, getting answers, and finding solutions that can make an impact in your life and our community where we all live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather. Trust the experience of Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the First Warn Weather team to help you plan your day and alert you whenever and wherever you need it. First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. The price of stamps is likely going up this summer. The U.S. Postal Service told regulators it plans to increase the price of first-class stamps from 63 to 66 cents. If approved, the change would take place in July. The Postal Service says the increase is necessary to offset rising operating expenses. The agency expects to lose about $4.5 billion this year.
An Air National Guardman arrested in connection to that classified Pentagon document leak. 21-year-old Jack Teixeira was arrested outside his Massachusetts home yesterday afternoon. He's a member of the intelligence wing of the Massachusetts Air National Guard. Teixeira is also reportedly the leader of an online chat group where the documents were allegedly first uploaded. The documents outline details about Ukraine's upcoming counteroffensives, but both Ukrainian and U.S. officials are downplaying the impact of the leak.
We do have stringent guidelines in place for safeguarding classified and sensitive information. This was a deliberate criminal act, a violation of those guidelines.
The documents also revealed a number of secrets the U.S. has collected on its allies, causing the administration to make some tough calls.
It is just about 6:45. Kelly Slifka here now with your first warned weather. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning. We are looking at some more red flag warnings. We've been dealing with these over the last couple of days. We don't see these in Wisconsin that often. It does not include Madison today because winds will be a little bit lighter. Where the winds are at the criteria, they do have the red flag warning north of the Dells. It's mainly due to dry conditions. We obviously haven't had much rain recently. Vegetation is still trying to green up, and humidity is less than 25%. Now, I think our humidity will get close to 25% in Madison, but what we're lacking is the winds that need to be at least 15 miles per hour. As you get toward the Dells areas to the north, that's where they will see those winds up to 15, 20 miles per hour. We all have the dry conditions out there, so any kind of fire that gets sparked could rapidly spread with any of these winds that do develop. So we are looking at more unseasonably warm temperatures today, and it looks like it's going to last into tomorrow now as well. Temperatures near 80. The dry conditions still creating that high fire danger, mainly north of the Dells. Things will all come to an end as we go into a Saturday night into a Sunday with some storms and then some much cooler weather. Wind speeds will be light this morning, but as we get into the noon hour, about 10 to 15 here in Madison, 15 to 20 miles per hour. Therefore, that red flag warning northwest of the Dells. These winds should be coming down pretty quickly this evening. Well, it is terrace weather, that is for sure. It was packed yesterday. Hopefully you can find a seat by the noon hour at 75 already, 80 at 4 o'clock. The sun doesn't go down until 7:39. Temperatures today across Dane County, everybody around 80, actually maybe a little bit warmer as you get up towards Sauk City, toward the Dells. Temperatures in the lower 80s. We'll see partly sunny skies as temperatures climb into the mid 70s already by the noon hour, topping out close to 80, and it will remain mild this evening. Now, tomorrow's still going to be mild in the morning with some sunshine and generally dry weather. Can't rule out a spotty shower passing through as we go into the early afternoon hours, but as we get in the later afternoon hours, we're going to get close to 80. Really looks like the rain chances now are holding off until the evening, and that's when we'll see some showers and thunderstorms roll through. We'll get breaks at times going into Sunday morning, and then the colder part of the system moves in, so waves of some cold rains moving in. Temperatures only in the 40s. As we go through the afternoon, cold enough for some of this changing over to some snow. And this storm system is going to get bogged down here in the Great Lakes region, so it looks like that precipitation will continue at least into Monday. So everything is going to change this weekend. Our first warm forecast 80 today and tomorrow. Much cooler Sunday with that rain changing over to some snow. May linger into Monday with highs only in the 40s. Then we gradually warm up with some thunderstorm chances on Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. 6:47. We're working for the weekend in the 608 this morning with a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Josh Breider is live at the Midwest Horse Fair at the Alliant Energy Center this morning. Josh, I thought you'd be on a horse by now.
Boy, these horses are too busy for me this morning, but take a look at the ring right now inside of the Coliseum. Right now, they're getting the horses all warmed up for the jam-packed 3-day event here at the Alliant Energy Center. This is huge. This has been happening since 1979. A big event for the capital city, so there's a lot to check out. Here's the information if you're interested this weekend. This is something for the whole family. This is the top 3-day horse fair in the country, and we're lucky enough to have it right here in Madison. It's been growing and going strong since 1979, happening all weekend long. Organizers say today that you can expect 3 action-packed days of clinics, entertainment, shopping, and of course, hundreds and hundreds of horses. For the first time this season, Forward Madison FC will be back at Breese-Stevens Field this weekend. It is opening week for the Flamingos with their first home match of the USL League One season happening on Saturday. The Flamingos returned 4 players from last year's team and have 17 new faces on the roster, so this will be interesting to check out. The Mingos are set to host Greenville Triumph SC at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Those tickets are still available. And finally, the Beat the Blues 5K Run Walk returns to Middleton on Saturday. Beat the Blues originated in 2019 as an attempt to fundraise and promote awareness surrounding suicide. Since then, since they started 4 years ago, they have already donated $50,000 to various organizations that support veterans, the LGBTQ community, farmers, and the National Suicide Hotline. Tomorrow's event is at Kiva in Middleton. There's still time to sign up, and a silent auction will also be happening inside Kiva as well, always supporting mental health as well. So that's going to be an important event. Back out here live at the Midwest Horse Fair again. We are just minutes away from opening here of that 3-day event. This is going to be huge for Madison. Come on out. Tickets are still available. You can get those online or at the door. Make sure you do plan ahead of time because parking is expected to get a little busy out here later on today, especially into tomorrow. You can learn more by going up to channel3000.com. A lot going on this weekend, including the farmers market back on the square. There are going to be so many people in the Madison Metro this weekend getting outside with the nicer weather, guys. Boy, I tell you what, it just feels good. There's been a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy outside this week here in the 608.
Love to hear it. Lots to do. Josh Spreiter, thanks for that rundown. We appreciate it.
Remember, folks, Josh is always looking for story ideas for In the 608, so reach out to him on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
At 6:49, coming up in the morning sprint, a ticket deal for Brewers fans, the low price to get into games later this month.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
This ring symbolizes the eternity of our relationship.
We met in 7th grade typing class. 16 years later, I said, will you be my girl?
Jesse, I've always been your girl.
Every occasion deserves love. Jared, love brilliantly.
Share your love of the game with a surprise move. Kinder Joy. A yummy treat. And an all-star lineup of NBA mascot toys for your favorite fan. Kinder Joy.
Could you keep it down? Oh, hey, sorry. I can't stop these kids from rocking, but I can help you replace all this. Rock on! With free installation on Felco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home. This offer won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
Habush attorneys are the best of what a personal injury attorney is about.
To get the most money for your case, you need to have a law firm that's unrelenting.
We will fight with all that we have in person power, in knowledge, and experience to bring about the result they deserve.
I can't give them their life back how it was, but I can give them the financial compensation to get their life back on track.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Dane County Regional Airport's Flight of Lights, free and fun for everyone.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
We start with the wildfire that's been raging at Fort McCoy for 2 days now. Around 3,000 acres are burned at this hour. Army officials say they've been diverting resources to fight the fire. It's around 50% contained. Planned burns had been happening there to prepare the site for the training of 2,000 soldiers.
The Biden administration announcing that John Nolan Drive is going to get $15 million. It'll go to replace bridges as part of a larger $300 million infrastructure program. 6 bridges on John Nolan Drive will be replaced. The bridges are in fair condition, but they're about 50 years old.
The man accused of firebombing an anti-abortion group's office is pleading not guilty. Investigators believe he threw 2 Molotov cocktails into the Madison office of Wisconsin Family Action last May. He waived his right to appear in court for an arraignment once he is returned to Wisconsin. A date has not yet been set for his initial appearance in court.
Central Wisconsin under a slew of flood watches and warnings this morning. The Wisconsin River at Portage is under a warning, and the water in Rib River is threatening businesses along its banks. The Trail End Bar in Wausau on one of those threatened areas, but plans to use sandbags to stay open as long as it's safe.
The Milwaukee Brewers selling tickets for $4.14 in honor of 414 Day today. It celebrates the city of Milwaukee with the spotlight on its area code. The tickets are for the terrace level, the outfield, and the bleacher seats for April 24th, 25th, and 26th. They go on sale at 10 a.m.
NFL and the Players Association announcing a new quarterback helmet. It's for the upcoming season, too. The league says in testing, the helmet performed 7% better in quarterback-specific testing. The new quarterback helmet follows the 2021 season, where they had specific helmets for offensive and defensive linemen.
Michael Jordan's 1998 NBA Finals Game 2 Air Jordan 13s from his last dance season have become the most expensive sneaker ever sold at auction. It sold for, the pair of shoes sold for $2.2 million during an online auction this week, marking a new world record. The shoes were worn in Game 2 of the 1998 NBA Finals when Jordan scored 37 points.
5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. First warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka. We still have the high fire danger, especially north of the Dell, so no outdoor burning. The dry conditions will have a bit of a wind, especially areas to the north. Right now, the winds are fairly light, but over the next couple of hours, they'll pick up between 5 and 10, and eventually up there around 10 to 15. Temperatures warming quickly through the 70s, and I think we'll top out close to 80 this afternoon. We'll look at partly sunny skies, maybe not as much sun as what we had yesterday, but if you are headed out this evening, still mild. Temperatures slowly falling through the 70s. Here at 10:30, we're still in the upper 60s. So planning your day, just count on another warm afternoon. Southerly winds picking up at about 8 to 15 miles per hour as we get up close to 80 degrees this afternoon, as it will remain warm. And actually, the warm weather now looks like it will extend at least into Saturday, as everything's getting bogged down, kind of a roadblock setting up across the country. 80 tomorrow afternoon. Most of the rain chances will hold off until tomorrow night. That'll bring us some rain and some cold rains at that on Sunday. Some of that mixing with a little bit of snow. That'll continue into Monday. Temperatures gradually warming up, but boy, temperatures all over the place the next 7 days.
Yeah, a lot going on, that's for sure.
Sure.
Kelly, thank you very much.
You bet.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll have a news and weather update in 30 minutes.